turnovers, because that is it's going to be lost in the sauce when you think about this game last night. Okay, they were down 17, and they turned the ball over a lot in the first half. They committed 8 turnovers. Boston scored 10 points off those turnovers. Points off turnovers has been a problem for the Golden State Warriors, one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to that category. In Boston, they only committed 3 turnovers. And the Warriors only scored 2 points off those 3 turnovers.
It was depressing, too, with some of those turnovers early. I think it was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
When Steph was bringing it up, lost the ball. Looney standing right there, and almost like Looney didn't really know what to do there, try and stop the turnover. And then I think it was Tatum takes the ball down and dunks it in. I'm watching that game. I'm watching that happen. It's just like, oh, boy, here we go.
And it's the live ball turnovers, Lubman. Mm-hmm. Live ball turnovers where teams are making you pay for turning the ball over, and they're capitalizing with fast break dunks, layups, wide open threes. But in the second half, this is big. In the second half, they commit just 2 turnovers, and they give up 2 points off those turnovers. So when they take care of the basketball, as Alex in Atlanta was saying, all of a sudden you're getting quality shots for your sharpshooters. You're getting rolls to the rim. You're getting more possessions and shot opportunities. So points off turnovers, huge last night. What about personal fouls? Personal fouls. They keep them down to 15. They average 22 fouls a game. They reach, other teams teach. Well, last night they didn't foul much. And again, it starts with Jonathan Kuminga. And Anthony Slater just mentioned it when he joined us during the 8 o'clock segment. Steve Kerr's going to have the highlighter. He's just going to look at JK. You didn't commit any fouls. And you committed 1 turnover. And you were efficient. And you're guarding Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday. If you don't commit any fouls, that might be JK's best game of the season. So, Lubman, not having any fouls last night, and then the Warriors as a team not turning the ball over, it goes a long way. That's how you rally from a 17-point deficit.
Absolutely. No, especially when it comes to the turnovers. Alex Atlanta, he had a great stat there about how good the Warriors are when they don't turn the ball over. Obviously, every team in the NBA is good when they don't turn the ball over. But for the last several years, even throughout this dynasty, turnovers have always been kind of a problem with the Warriors. That's just a product of the system. The ball's moving around a lot. So there's going to be moments that with how they play that fast, too, you're going to lose the ball at sometimes. The problem was in the past, like the Warriors are always good enough where the talent was able to overcome the turnovers.
Yeah, it had so much firepower.
Yeah. I mean, when you have Steph, Clay, KD, and Draymond out there, like turnovers really don't matter all that much because you could basically outscore your own turnovers in a sense. But last few years, the talent has not been able to overcome those turnovers. So they really do have to be more cognizant of holding on to the ball like that, preventing those unforced errors there that get, like we saw at the beginning of the game where Steph kind of fumbles the ball away. And you remember years ago when Steph, if he got too many turnovers in a game, he had to buy his mom a purse? Is that still a thing? Like, how many purses does Sonya have? Because, I mean, Steph...
I'll tell you what, Steph's not going broke buying those purses.
That's true. No,
Where's he getting them from? Is he getting them from Chanel, Louis Vuitton?
Gucci, do you think he spins the wheel, like the wheel of purses? Like,
dude, you see some of those prices with those purses. I walked into those stores. Boy, it is a depressing feeling knowing that credit card is going to get maxed out off of one little purse.
But I'll say this, though.
One little clutch.
If you ever buy your mom a purse, though, again, shout out to all the moms out there. Great purse great gift for all the moms out there is get a purse. I've got my mom purses for Christmas numerous times.
From where?
It always checks out.
From where?
Oh, it's definitely not the same place that Steph's going to shop, that's for sure. But
Macy's.
You can find some bargains out there.
Yeah,
some very good bargains out there.
There you go.
And she used it for about a month before she goes back to her favorite purses. So that's good. But hopefully, again, Sonya has so many to choose from. But plus the fouling there, because that was not something you saw a lot on some of those past Warriors teams.
Well, to me, Lubman, not to cut you off here, but the most impressive thing, sure, the shot making, the rainbow 3 over Derek White. Everybody's going to talk about it. It's run. ESPN's running with it. Every network saying, "Wow, look at what Steph did." But last night, the most impressive thing to me was him playing the entirety of the fourth quarter and overtime with 5 fouls, and Boston was going at him. And then, of course, the shot making was able to bring the Warriors home and come back and win their 6th straight home game. But the fact that he didn't foul, and then he had Shaq saying this on Inside the NBA. Take a listen to what Shaq had to say about Stephen Curry.
I'm wondering, not saying, I'm just wondering, because he's been consistently the best shooter his whole career. I'm wondering, is it time to start putting him as the best player of all time?
Best player?
I'm saying.
Oh, you put him over you?
In the conversation.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
You put him over you. You yourself put Steph Curry over you.
Yeah, this is why he's my favorite player. Cause
I'm not saying favorite. He might be my favorite too, but I'm just asking you think he's better than you.
I played 20 years, watched 20 years before that. I've never seen a guy like him. And he's doing it consistently, and he has championships.
You put him over Michael.
No, I'm not putting him anywhere. I'm saying, for all the chitter chatter, is it time to just put him in the conversation?
I think he's a
I'm asking the fans, is it time to start putting him in the conversation as one of the best players ever?
Bonta, you ever go to a party that's let's say it starts like 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, but the party really didn't start like 10:30 or 11 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're one of those people like you show up at 1:30 and like they're kind of cleaning up and it's like the last stragglers are getting out. Like I want to come down at Shaq too hard there, but like Shaq, it feels like you're showing up at the party at 1:30 here if you're just now talking about his Steph and the GOAT debate. Because we've watched a lot of Steph over the years.
Yeah.
We talk about taking him for granted. I never take him for granted. I love all the threes. I love all the reverse layups. I love the shimmies. I love the nights. I love when he counts off 1, 2, 3. Like I love all that stuff. That's GOAT stuff. Because not only does what this dude do on the court is incredible, but like just who he is as a human being too. On top of that, like. And to still be doing it at age 35. I mean, Bonta, is there an athlete in Bay Area history who has aged as well as Stephen Curry?
Wow.
There really isn't.
Jerry Rice?
Jerry probably, maybe Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds?
I mean, that's who you're in the company with? Like,
That's it. That's a short list.
Like, and now we're having the is he in the
Ricky
GOAT
Henderson?
conversation. Listen, if you don't want to put him as the GOATest of all GOATs, okay, that's
Right.
fine. When people want to put LeBron or Jordan or Kobe, I like to put Kobe as my GOAT. But
do you really?
oh yeah, I saw.
I didn't know you were a Kobe fan.
I saw. I grew up a Warrior fan, Bonta. I saw Kobe do some unnatural things to this team. It seemed like every time the Lakers would come here, Kobe's like, you know what? I got this, 13-win team here. I'm just gonna go out and have fun and just abuse this poor, pathetic little Warriors franchise. And when people talk about taking Steph for granted, I could never take him for granted because it's just. The other night we had Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis was on the broadcast. There was a time, Bonta, where I thought Monte Ellis was going to be the best it ever gets for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Like, when we talk about the greatest Warrior in my lifetime, it's going to be Monte Ellis. I don't mean that's to dog on Monte. He was a very exciting player. I enjoyed him a lot. But the fact that we used to think that as Warrior fans, that's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah,
and then here we are with Steph
shows,
talking about a GOAT conversation.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Shaq has always loved Stephen Curry. He's always said that's his favorite player. But Shaq said, yeah, he's a way better player than me. Way better player. And I have Shaquille O'Neal in my personal top 10 of all-time players because Shaq was the most dominant force I had ever seen on the basketball court. People talk about Wilt Chamberlain in the past. Well, I saw Shaquille O'Neal in Orlando with the Lakers, with the Miami Heat. I mean, this guy could do anything. I mean, he was just putting pressure on the rim, triple teams, double teams, and he couldn't hit a free throw, and he still averaged 30 a game. So the fact that Steph is even considered by some of the all-time greats as a top 10 player is enough for me. It's enough for me to hit being in the conversation now. Brian and Palo Alto, he had a tweet yesterday that I almost retweeted. I said, you know what? I'm going to stall out BPA. I'm going to stall him out because he's just a little emotional. He's caught up in the moment. Well, let's bring BPA on because we're sure he's turned a new leaf after last night's performance by Steph Curry in the fourth quarter at overtime. BPA, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, you won't find any evidence. You won't find any evidence of those tweets, by the way.
Oh, you deleted them.
The internet is forever, BPA.
Unless you took a screenshot.
No, but it's in my mind. It's in my memory, and I'll never let you live it down.
I probably deserve. Honestly,
Can't die
I
on
feel
this hill,
like
BPA.
I know it was bad. You know what? I will take full accountability for my horrific takes. I feel. You know what? I feel like that TNT narrative of like Steph's can't play without Dre. Like I didn't like it at all, and I almost feel like it was like affecting me. Like maybe you can't play with Dre because he didn't look great obviously early, but to me like terrible take from me on Steph saying he didn't look like a superstar. For me, and so like I'm obviously wrong plenty of times, but like Trayce Jackson-Davis needs to be the starting center moving forward. Like now, like I don't want to hear any equivocation about it. And it's not just that he's pretty darn good. It's Looney's. It's sad, really, kind of watching
painful.
Looney, but
it's been painful.
But like you have Trayce Jackson-Davis is just a lot better. Like it's hard to even extrapolate the gap. He's just a lot better than Kevon Looney in every way that you can. Defense, rebounding, touch around the basket. It's just not close. And he gives them something. And I thought he's, it's pretty clear. Like, and can Kerr make an objective decision, right, on this and not?
Or BPA, maybe you just start Looney. And you have the quick hook. We've seen this over the course of history in the NBA. A lot of these great teams, and keep BPA on hold. I want them to finish this call. Let them cook. But maybe you just play Looney for the first 4 minutes. You see how it goes. If he's not cooking, if he's not being productive, then you have the quick hook. because maybe you still, because now all of a sudden you're starting TJD, you bring in Looney off the bench. I don't know if you want to bring in Looney cold, but maybe you give Looney the first 4 to 5 minutes of a game to figure it out, and then you sub in TJD. What if you just work it like that and let him start, but you have the quick hook?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you could do that, but it's like, why? It's almost like, why? If Looney was giving you anything, I'd say fine. I guess it's a question. I don't see him giving them anything. Like,
it's rough right now. What about Klay Thompson?
And so,
what about Klay Thompson, BPA? How much is he giving the Warriors?
He looks great. You know?
I love
he looks great, and I think it's you got to just say the first 15 games of the season, just Klay's not going to really be there, but he will get there. So yeah. I guess that's the take. But he looks great, and
honestly, how much? Are you having fun watching this team? I know Draymond Green is suspended. They're going to need Draymond Green at some point. But how much fun are you having watching this team right now?
Yeah, it seems like Klay seems like Klay seems like he's having more fun, which I think his vibe early was not good, and I almost wonder if are they having more fun with Draymond gone? I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's maybe Steph's not, but Trayce Jackson Davis needs to be the starting center. That was really the point of the call for me. Yeah. He needs to be the starting center. And it's obvious to everyone. Can Kerr make the right call? Right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, BPA. Happy holidays to you, man. Good call there. Look, man, I almost think, even when people say, well, Steph needs Draymond Green. Steph can't play without Draymond Green. To me, that's disrespectful to Steph. All right? We can't have a conversation about him being the GOAT or being a top 10 player of all time, Loveman, and then say, well, he needs Draymond Green. No, the Warriors need Stephen Curry. He's one of one. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to disrespect Steph Curry and say, well, he needs this and he needs that. No. These guys need Steph.
I mean, I don't think it's disrespectful to say that Steph needs Draymond because, again, Steph is in such a unique situation when it comes to the superstars of today. How many superstars in the league today basically rose up with two teammates like Draymond and Klay?
Right.
It's not really disrespectful. It's just
it almost to me diminishes how good Steph is.
Yeah, but I mean, Batman needs his Robin too.
No doubt.
When Batman saves the day with Robin, it doesn't diminish what Batman did. They still took out the Joker, but Steph could obviously still carry the day without Draymond. We're seeing that now. I think it's more so probably the Warriors need Draymond more than Steph needs Draymond, because Steph could definitely carry this team, but Draymond, just what he brings on defense, the way he's able to kind of quarterback the defense, even quarterback the offensive time at times, that's probably more needed. But yeah, I think Steph needs the Draymond of old more than anything. Yeah. But I don't think it's disrespectful to admit that, but it doesn't take away from how great Steph is, though.
I think it's borderline disrespectful because this team functions with the gravity of Stephen Curry. Without Stephen Curry, guys are not playing 4-on-3. Think about how much 4-on-3 basketball Draymond Green got to play with Steph Curry getting double to half court. Think about the Cleveland Cavaliers NBA Finals. Kevin Durant's first ever finals run with the Golden State Warriors. I'll never forget this, the first two games. And Kevin Durant is getting wide open dunks down the lane. Andre Iguodala's getting wide open dunks down the lane because the Cavaliers were hell-bent 30, 40 feet away from the rim. We got to get the ball out of Steph's hands. We got to guard Steph at half court. We got to double Steph right now. We got to trap Steph Curry right now. Guys who play with Steph Curry get to play the easiest basketball of their careers, which is why I love the Andrew Wiggins trade when it first happened. Because I said, damn, this guy scores 19, 20 a game. Now he's going to be the fourth option on this roster, getting wide open looks. I think this team benefits from Stephen Curry. That's why I think it's a little borderline disrespectful saying this guy needs this guy. No, this team needs Stephen Curry because of the shot opportunities Steph Curry creates for everybody by just being on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. No, Steph is, at the end of the day, he is absolutely the straw that stirs the drink. No one is doubting that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's wrong to say that Draymond does bring other aspects of the game. He does. That definitely helps Steph out.
No doubt.
Especially on defense, too. So, does Steph... maybe we can amend it to, does Steph need Draymond? I mean, sure, I think Steph would like to have Draymond out there, but it's getting to the point where, other guys can also, man the fort in the way that Draymond does. If Kuminga can up himself defensively, if TJD can kind of be that presence down low, sure, you need Draymond, but, it's not as imperative if other guys are stepping up.
No,
and that's what you're going to see over these next few weeks is you're going to start to see how we fill that Draymond gap, because in the past, when Draymond misses games, there's usually been a loss when he's out because of just how integral he is to the defense. But if you could see these young guys step up, fill that void, the need for Draymond can start to decrease a little bit. And as I think it was Ray earlier where he said, start bringing him off the bench. And I think now, last night, that was the first step. If you're on team, bring Draymond off the bench. Last night was step one in making that dream come true.
That's a good point. 888-957-9570. You are listening to 95.7 The Game. That is the phone number. We're rolling on the Warriors right now. KGMZ FM and HG1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget, you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Right now, YouTube is humming with over 1,000 viewers after a Warriors win here on a Warriors Wednesday, brought to you by Freedman's Appliance, a trusted name since 1922. Visit freedmansappliance.com today. Don't forget, subscribe to us on YouTube, Twitch, of course, the Comcast Business Text line. You guys are rolling. Like us. How do we only have 8 likes with over 1,000 viewers on YouTube? Do you guys not like what we're saying? Actually, I just refreshed it. It's 150 likes. So let's get up to 200
well,
for the day.
They log in, they see my face, and I don't know. We'll watch, but maybe not a like.
Well, I think they saw me by myself for the first 2.5 hours. I was like, yeah, we're on that one. Can't look at this dude's face at night, and we can't look at this guy's face in the morning.
They missed Spadoni. That must be it.
Yeah, that must be it. Or Shasky. Shout out to Shasky. Shout out to Spadoni.